podcast, another episode of A Slice of Love. It's your host, C. Holmes, as always. And you know I come in with the haymakers, as always, the throw down the raw truth. Either you like it or you're not. Here is the topic of the day, dating apps, teens and the hidden dangers parents need to know. We're going to hit the ups and downs, dating apps, and the issues that comes along with it. But enough about what I'm talking about. Let me go ahead and introduce my co-host. We're gonna start about the one, the only. You know, he gonna say what's on his mind. He gonna probably put on his shades on. And a lot of people may have the memory or may have the rumor that he may be Tupac's daddy. But you know, I digress. But he gonna hit you with some biblical words and much more. He seems a little busy, but I am talking about the one, the only, the Dr. Baker. Go ahead and put your shades on. I know you about to grab them shades. All right, we know you by now. How you doing, Baker? How you doing?
Tupac daddy.
Yeah, what that gray head nigga say?
Now, you know we can't do it just by Baker by himself. We gotta hit with another haymaker. He gonna throw bombs, and you know he gonna tell us the truth and tell it.
Don King nephew.
So we got Don King's nephew. You know he gonna talk some smack and talk some shit, but he gonna bring in the prize spot. We talking about the one and only Jasim.
What's going on, people? It is great to be here once again. And as Baker probably would say, it's a great day to be here on this side.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, man, gentlemen, how you feeling for it this evening? And then we're gonna talk about this topic. I know we've been busy going on ventures. You know, Baker over there making deals with the banks and much more, and you over here and doing interviews with him. So, what's been going on?
I can hear though. I'm listening.
Man, it's going on. It's a lot of stuff that I'm looking into that really kind of affect our community, but we just sit back and won't say nothing to do nothing, but we complain about it.
Oh yeah, I can hear that in the frustration too, man. I'm right there with you. All right, what about for you, Baker, man? You over here making $1 million deals? You know you over here making some deals every once in a while. You multitasking, you put them shades on. It's game time.
Well,
You know he part Jamaican.
yeah, that's right. I mean, I can make a deal in my sleep.
See,
You
that's
know,
what I'm
I go
talking
to
about.
bed thinking about tomorrow.
Yeah, he go to bed thinking about deals. He probably making deals
business,
right now.
you know, because I was telling someone, my buddy the other day was here, and he was telling me, he said, then years ago when I came to visit you, it was this, it was that. And I explained to him why so many locations are here. Is because when I'm in here, I can be reading, and then I'm going to start working on something else and something else. And so I say, I've learned to manage. And that's what we need to do with our lives. We need to learn to manage some things. And so if I'm not in this office, then it does not associate to me with business if I'm in the other part of this facility.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the bedroom is made, seriously, what I'm trying to help, it's made for resting.
And for something else.
Well, and I want to get there because I got children listening. If I go into the family room, it's open, you know what I'm saying, to the public.
Mm-hmm.
Because that means I'm going to sit there, chill, and get a movie. But in here at nighttime,
Mm-hmm.
I dim the lights and cut it, but then I have a tendency to watch this here. Leave a light on just in case I need to come in and do something. So you got to learn how, and I think we all need to learn, maybe we do a show on that, is learn how to manage the things in our life.
Definitely.
And that's what I'm learning to do.
Important life skill to take on for an entire lifetime.
Huh?
Definitely
Say
take
it again?
advantage of your important life skill to take for a lifetime, managing time, your resources, and much more. I completely agree with that, Baker. All right. So I'm going to play this clip. Before I do that, what is your thoughts or like how you view when we have these dating apps? Because there's a whole lot. You got the ups of it, but you got the downs of it, and you got legal issues because people get on there and they're not supposed to, and much more. But when it comes to dating apps, what comes to mind, fellas?
People don't have no social skills.
Uh-oh.
They don't have social skills. They want something easy and convenient. And that's why I think that's one of many reasons why there are so many issues in relationships or people that use that get married and they end up being divorced is because they have no social skills. They don't know how to connect. They don't know how to read people. They only know how to read what's on the app or what someone says or make sound good.
Okay, we have that. What about for you, Baker?
You play your video, because I ain't going to come until it start, because I would take it long, because my opinion is I'm going to say this, and you take it the way it want. And I would ask the host, your host, Mr. Jashim, is to explain to me social skills.
All right,
Because
so
anybody that going online looking for a date on the app, to me, you got to be deranged, overly medicated, or you
Mhm.
just people, you got to be ugly.
Yeah,
You must think low of yourself.
yeah,
Because I ain't picking up nothing off no dating app.
right.
Now, what are social skills in your definition if we want to rock this boat?
okay,
Well,
so
shoot, my
Let's
definition of
rock it.
social skills is
yeah,
being able to interact with people, to be able to read people, to be able to understand and be able to pick up on clues and hints and things of that nature, whether if it's good or bad, or if it's a warning sign, things of that nature, and not just go off of what people say, but go off what you notice in their actions, that which speaks louder than words.
all right,
Well,
so well,
go
before we
ahead,
go
Chris.
even further, we're gonna play this clip because you have a lot of different views when it comes to this, and you have some people that say it's good as well. But let me just roll this clip because it's about to get interesting.
Apps are no longer for dating. Men have just turned dating apps into like an easier way to access convenient sex.
Y'all gonna hate me for this one, but online dating is a new form of legalized prostitution. Yeah, I said it. Women get on these dating apps romanticizing life, thinking that they are really going to find a soulmate, find a Prince Charming on these dating apps. When in reality, men get on these dating apps to find the easiest woman that's willing to bust it open. And women out here complaining about men aren't men anymore. Well, you give these men easy access to you.
Yeah, you got to pause that.
He got a
Eh, eh,
Bust
whole
it
eh,
wide
moment.
open.
I kind of I kind of agree disagree with her.
Now let me have. I'm gonna bust it
Go
wide
ahead.
open, then I'm
Oh
back
shoot,
up. I'm
Baker
gonna
about to have a
bust it
whole
wide
moment,
open,
y'all.
then I'm back up.
Look. See, you can't
Y'all
tell
don't
him.
want to have no fun. Y'all want to be
Yeah,
politically
man.
We want
correct.
you to have fun. We
I'm
want you to
looking
cut
at it
up.
the fact that it's not all men. Females are like that too. So she has that whole
I
thing
want to
idea
bust it
twisted.
wide open, then
Oh
back
hell, we
up.
ain't got him started.
You
I
know,
want to bust
eh,
it wide open, then I'm
Oh
a
shoot.
back
so
up.
I mean, and if that's what two grown folks want to do, I mean, it is what it is.
Oh Lord, let me try to get by the clip. Baker caught a whole moment. He was like busting. He
Hey,
started dancing.
hey,
He was like busting wide open, busting wide open.
if she wanted to toe up from the floor up, hey, it
See,
is what it
you in
is.
timeout, just Sim. You in timeout. Hold on. We gotta get through the show. You in timeout.
On these dating apps, all they gotta do is swipe right and send you a message. Then you're willing to give them your number. All they gotta do is set up a date to Applebee's, and you are ready to give it up. It's not that hard anymore. It is now turned into a transaction. Women are willing to give it up to the highest bidder, the lowest bidder, or maybe even no bidder. All you gotta do is just give her attention, and she's willing to go.
Apps are no longer for dating. Men have
That
just
just
turned
shows
dating
low
apps.
self-esteem.
All right,
Like
so
what
we're
Baker
gonna.
was saying. That's low self-esteem of an individual. You know?
Becky, you have anything to add on to that? Because we gonna go dive
No,
in more.
let Jashane finish.
Go ahead, state your point. We're gonna
No,
ring the
I'm
bell
just,
for you.
that's just my point. I mean, because when you do this type of stuff, then it just shows low self-esteem and you have low standards. You have no value or little value of yourself, you know, and so that's the issue. That's what a so-called like an alcoholic runs from the issue so by going to the bottom.
Golly. All right, Becky, what do you have to say? And then I'm gonna show some other stuff like statistics.
This topic is what I call fluid. Do you understand what This is fluid.
Go ahead and explain for the other audience.
Well, what fluid is, it's like me drinking this water. It's liquid. It's just running everywhere. Fluid. This situation with this app, this is fluid. And meaning it's something that's just nonstop. Now, during the days before there was any social media, internet, and access like that, people were going out. Number one place to meet someone was church, social events, backyard barbecues.
Right.
And of course, again, I'm not being disrespectful because I have clients and friends, so I'm being very modest in what I say. And y'all will go to the strip clubs, okay? Now, the lady said on that just now, if you heard her, and I get what she's saying, it's legalized prostitution. Now, anytime any man or woman got time to go figure somebody out on these apps, and then you taking them to whatever. Now, I didn't even know Applebee's was still around.
All right, so let me show up these statistics because...
Well, hold on before we get their opinion.
No, I'm just going to show the statistics, but you can finish your point. And this came from Forbes, but go ahead. Did you want to add something, Baker, before I show this?
No, sir, go ahead.
All right, so here is statistics, and it's going to... I know it's going to rub you out kind of feathers the wrong way a little bit, but it is what it is, because online dating has become more of a popular trend and is becoming more of a common thing than anything else. So let's look at this. All right, we'll start with this one. Why are people using using dating apps? There are two main reasons people are using dating apps, or sites, and much more. 44% current and recent dating platforms say users say they want to meet a long-term partner. That's 44%. And then we have another 40% say they just want to date casually. That means nothing pretty much for a commitment, just casually. So let's start there. So with these statistics, 44% said they want to go on these platforms for a long-term partner. And then we have another 40% that say we just want to basically have fun, date, go out here and there, and that's it. What y'all say about that?
That's why the 44% is having issues. Because how logically, how can you have a long-term partner and you going on the app? You really don't know the person. You really don't know what they like, dislike, based on what they said, not what you see. And let's be real. Most people would tell you what you want to hear, what you need to hear, versus, anything else compared to their action.
I just real quick, I'm playing a little bit devil's advocate on this one because I know some people, and I have seen people who I know personally, then from a distance course on long platforms, they have gone on these social media platforms and got committed in a long-term relationship. So I have also seen people get engaged and married after using these platforms.
I didn't say they couldn't.
Okay.
I never said they could. I just said for as long-term. Now, when you mentioned about long-term, are they happy? Or are they faking?
Good question.
Because they didn't have any time to get to know the individual. If it's on the app, how many times have you seen, or it's been in the news, people get on this app and think and so-called doing a shortcut way? And I call it, I will take this as them doing things the shortcut way. And someone always end up, for the most part, how many times this happens, that they either robbed, or they've been killed, or they've been raped, or sexually assaulted. What about those? Because you have people on these apps, and all you're doing is setting yourself up, and then they cry, complain, but they chose to be on this kind of app versus doing the old way. Even though the old school way, in intermingling and things of that nature, it might take longer, but when it comes to actually having a better understanding of a person, it's better.
Like I said, we're in a microwave society, just similar people.
Yeah, but we've gotten even more lazy. That's the problem. We want everything right now. We want everything convenient, and convenience all the time is not good. because you lose who and what you can do, your capability, and some people they lose their own personal identity.
Right. Bacon, let me try to pull you into this. Like, you want anything to add on to that? Because, you know, the Simmons laying some solid points.
Yeah, very solid points. What I'm trying on this show tonight is I'm grappling, trying to make sense of it because I'm on social media, internet, all the time. And not one time I've ever veered off to some sexual app, a dating app. Now, this weekend, of course, and probably I'm just roughly saying the remaining of this year, and I'm making this point for a reason. I got something to do and something to be at. And I shared with a friend tonight. I said, I've been playing this in my mind, I told her. And I said, it just really hadn't manifested. And because I've seen some bad things that's happened with people, and people forget to live. And I said to her, she'll tell you, she's watching now. I said to her, you know what? I found out the most important person in my life, above my children too, that I'm going to stop, and that's me. I'm more important. Now I'm considering I don't have to consult with anybody on anything. And so therefore, I'm not the Captain Saver person. Don't want to be it.
I got a different.
At the end of the day, if the train is running into the station and I can't stop it and they can't stop it, then let it crash out. People need to become connected with themselves first. Fall in love with yourself. Now I did, and got the same gonna happen this weekend, multiple events that were very good. Met some beautiful people, met some lovely people, shook hands with people. I can't shake hands with nobody on these day naps. And met some wonderful, wonderful people.
And I know one person, real quick, Baker. I know one person you met, and that was Black Swan. I saw some on the post. Yeah, I know
you better
Black Swan.
shut your mouth. What you know about Black Swan? You wasn't there.
She's a great woman, though. She's a great woman. But I saw one of the people you met. She's very powerful.
I listen. She was so cold. See, if I'd have known, y'all could have came to the event, but I don't try to disrupt nobody's schedule at last minute. That's my friend's venue. I went out to support because I got an invitation. I don't do instant invitations. And Black Swan was there. She did. Oh, Doc, I could have sit there all night to listen to her.
You heard her spit her poetry, didn't you?
Yeah, Doc. She was one of the talents. She rocked the house. Yep. But that's what I'm talking about. I met some wonderful, wonderful people.
By going to a social event.
So the young people, when they meet you in person, this is cool. What's your DM?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but Chris, there's a generation out here that is reckless and dangerous. Because anytime you going on there, these apps ain't guaranteeing that she's fine as wine.
Yeah, you
but you may see a good-looking woman, and then they're gonna want to meet you at night, and you ain't gonna be able to see her wig sliding off.
Yeah, when the lights are off, you can't see nothing.
What the hell? You went for her because she looked good. Oh, shit. Now you got to be careful, because everything shining is not gold, and everything shaking his hips is not a woman.
Oh, shit. Firing off from the hip. All right, real quick, let me roll in this statistic before I go into the next video. Then we have this right over here that said, how old are people using dating apps? So we have 53%, which makes sense. Other people are from ages 18 to 29. Okay, we expected that. 37% of the people from 30 to 49. And this one shocked me. 20% of the people from 59 to 64. And then we have another a little bit shocking, 13% ages 65 plus. What do y'all think say about Jacinda? Look like he about to say something more.
Well, look at those numbers. 13% of the people age 65. Now, give room for error. There's an interesting generation. I have met some beautiful, fine, good, loving women, and the women in their early 30s and late 30s, not to say bad about 40, are more intelligent than this group in their 20s. I get the statistics don't support
somebody
that.
said that. Somebody said it. Thank you.
Say it again, Chris.
I said thank you. Finally, somebody said it. Y'all need to like pick y'all game up and pick up a book.
Because sometimes you get too old till you dried out and you don't want to nobody tell you nothing.
Yeah.
And then you're too young and dumb. And then if you got to tell an old fool something, then you're dealing with an old fool who ain't gonna change his ways. So there's a generation that meets the middle of the road. They're not mixed with this culture. And there's a generation, there's a group of them who go to work and then like to come home because they have identified themselves. It ain't many nightclubbers no more. Okay? Now I know they got this little place that a lot of people go to, and it's all right. I had a friend of mine was there the weekend while I was at an event, and they say, "Hey, you having a good time?" And they say, "Yeah, they at the Red Rooster."
Not the Red Rooster, the classical.
And it's a very nice, bougie type people go there. You ain't gonna get gunfires every 30 seconds like some places.
30 seconds.
Right.
And the person said to me, I said, if I'd have known, I told them I'd have came. They said, no, you wouldn't have came. It's too much. It's too crowded for you. But, there's a generation that likes to go home because they want to wake up the next morning in their home and not in the emergency room, or have been a flying bullet, or don't want to wake up and then 3 days later your wee thing is leaking and burning.
Here you go.
Yeah, because right now,
because you people too hot to try.
Having a high rate of HIV right now. Ooh. All these people moving here and spreading it and what have you.
Well, you know why it doesn't frighten me?
What are you about to say? Why not?
HIV, and what else you say they giving you?
Oh man, you name it. They bringing it from San Francisco to Atlanta.
Okay. Well, if you're not promiscuous and if you're not just jumping in every bed without sheets on it, you don't have to worry about that.
That is true.
And listen, you people that's easy to get into bed with people, they got stuff out there that condoms that burn through condom or burn them up. And you need to be able to control yourself. And I ain't trying to meet a woman for sex. Quit trying to have sex always on your mind.
Wait. Say that again. You need to hear that. You need to speak that a little loud on that one.
Quit trying to think everything is about getting something in sex. You need to meet you a partner for life. There's somebody you can lay down at night and talk about religious and politics and life.
And laugh a little bit.
Well, laugh all the time. That's the Bible says a merry heart does good like medicine.
There you go.
And I understand the game. A lot of these people hate us when they see some married couples, all right? And sometimes people make a mistake and hurry up and get married, and now they got another man on layaway trying to get him out.
On layaway? You said on layaway?
Looking for a reason to mess up to cut him loose.
Because they already got one lined up.
They got one on the bench ready to go.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something? You ever heard the phrase?
What you about to say?
You ever heard the phrase, the grass looks greener?
Green on the other side.
On the other side. Okay? And one man said, he asked the lawn care man, said, man, why don't people grass so good? He said, boy, they got some pretty grass. And they grass just grow, and it just grow. It always grow. And he says, I want something what they got. He said, the Lord man said, no, you don't. He said, because when they moved there, they just didn't know that house was built on top of a shit pond.
Oh, shit.
And that's why the grass is so green. That was the cow's dung. That's what the man said, quote, not unquote. Sometimes the grass may be greener on the other side, but you gotta know what kind of shickety.
Let me play this clip. Vega go in throwing the haymakers again, speaking his mind as he take a sip. So we're gonna talk about this. So we also been hitting on good and bad, but what also about the legals? Let's go ahead and put this from this news little clip. And I definitely want to get your opinion on this, Baker, because I know you're into law. All right, so let's roll it back a little bit and let it play. Here we go.
Gone are the days of good old-fashioned schoolyard romances. An exclusive News Corp survey has today found children under the age of 14 are using dating apps to find a long-term relationship and even hookups.
For more now, we're joined by wellbeing and digital expert Dr. Joanne Orlando. Good morning. Thank you for coming in. Kids younger than 14, it's amazing. It's shocking. I was quite alarmed to see it, read this story. So what would make a child want to join a dating app?
Yeah, well, of this survey, over 1,000 young people were interviewed ages 15 to 24, and they found about 1 in 3 had used a dating app, but about 1 in 6 had used an app before they were 18. So all these dating apps are adult sites. So about 60% of them said, I just wanted a boyfriend or a girlfriend. So that was the way they thought. But then about 30% of them wanted something much more casual, like a hookup. And there were a smaller percentage who were just looking for more friends. And it's funny, you think this is we used to go, it was a schoolyard romance before, but life has really changed, and young people are just really following in and how adults are approaching romances and relationships now. So I was chatting to a 16-year-old boy as part of my research a few weeks ago, and he said, we're really lucky, and he meant his own generation. We don't have to just find someone at school or our part-time job. We can go online. There's so many more people to choose from on there.
Yeah, wow.
So that's the attitude.
There's more people, but the concerning thing is there are also predators.
Absolutely.
Exactly how are kids under the age of 18 getting on these apps? I know that they aren't really regulated. Is that the issue?
It's not hard. It's not like going to a bar and having to show your ID. There's none of that at all. You can sign up with your phone, or you could sign up with a Facebook account, as long as it shows that you're 18 and over, and it's very easy to sign up for a Facebook account and show that you're of a different age. So they just need that. Now, these apps are constantly scanning for any kind of content that's inappropriate, underage users and that kind of thing. But you can actually be on an app like that and not get detected. So it's easy to be on there when you're young.
And terrifying to think that there might be 14-year-olds who are matching with 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds.
Absolutely. And the other way around too, that you're someone, an adult.
All right, so that's enough on that. So what are your thoughts on that? We having young teenage and little kids pretty much getting on these social media apps.
Okay, first of all, the bottom of the screen, it says children.
Right.
Why are children under the age of 14 focusing on relationships? They are not being a child.
Wait, I need you to say it again, because people in the back didn't hear that. Why are what?
Why are kids that are children under the age of 14, as what she said, focusing on a relationship and not focus on being a child?
That is
a
question.
True child will focus on enjoying whatever's going on, giving your parents hell, giving teachers hell, and things of that nature, going outside, playing outside, not sitting there playing the video game and getting fat as I don't know, looking like the penguin and stuff like that. Why is it that the child, see, this is the problem, because now you have children thinking that they're grown. Yes. And then the children want to talk back to the parents because the parents too busy trying to be the friends of the child. Now, when she was talking, I wrote this down. Besides not being a child, it's causing trauma at an early age for the child. And then it ends up becoming a mental issue because they was never a child. So now they're going to be acting in some type of way as an adult, which causes more issues. And then you want us to depend upon them to run the country or run the world or whatever it may be. And that's why kids now are rebellious. That was good. Not only that, they can't function. They mentally cannot function correctly as normal people because of the trauma. it also opened up the doors for child predators. But whose fault is that? And people act like these apps is a need. It's not a need. It's a want. You want some. It's not a need. And the other thing is, people. It also indicates that people are either suffering from loneliness, which means they don't know themselves. And in this case, Bacon may probably agree with me. You also, if you have a true faith, not just by verbal but by actions, that means you really don't have any connections with God to understand who you really are, to understand there's certain things you don't need of this world because God has it and he got your back.
Well said. And I want to add on a little thing that I want to hear from you, Baker, that you having kids and teenagers dressing older than what they look on these social dating sites, and which is attracting the older audience, and then you start to have this issue with the laws. And so it's like, what is the actual problem? Who's at fault? And you pretty much hit some of those things. And then we also have the incident where's the parents at?
It's the parents. The first teacher of any child is the parent. The structure comes from the father. The nurturing comes from the mother. Am I right, Bacon?
Now,
I ain't gonna say whether you're right or wrong, but the problem with the culture, man, is this.
Go ahead and shoot.
We listen to a lot of people who do not understand certain cultures. Now, that video that y'all just showed with them ugly, God forgive me, ugly people, liberals from across the street, who don't look like they have babies and don't look like they care for opposite sex. Mm-hmm. And they just look like dummies sitting on that stage with that pink and green and all that ignorant stuff. Yeah. And here's the problem. We got to understand and learn to quit blaming other people for what our problem is. Now, because this I got it by the tail, let me cut the head off.
Go ahead.
And the problem becomes this. And I'm going to say something that most of you parents won't say. It's because you done missed the opportunity to be who you supposed to be in life. Now you're trying to live your life through your children. Now you're trying to make your children act like what you wanted to be. And because they're going in a different direction than what you want. So you wanted to be a doctor, but you missed the opportunity. You wanted to be a lawyer, but you missed the opportunity. You wanted to be a sophisticated hoe, but you missed the opportunity. Holy shit. And so now technology has superseded and it's taken over the world. And AI is the baby.
Now let me add on to
is the baby's education.
Now, Bacon, let me ask you this. I'm giving you alley-oop. I'm trying to pass you the ball. So what do you feel about women who claim to be independent but pretty much promote themselves sexually online? Is that affecting kids and how they act? How do you feel about women who claim to be independent but they promote themselves sexually online? Isn't that pretty much affecting the kids, how they feel about the insecurities and what they should be doing?
Of course, psychologically.
Man, listen to me. I'm missing part of what you're saying, but I get it. I think I'm understanding.
Go ahead.
I was finna shoot that anyway. See, anytime you tell a 14-year-old it's time to go to bed and the lights go out and you still live, see, your eyes are trained to track light. Mm-hmm. And you ought to see that they got the room dark, but they got their phone on and they learn to turn it on warm and cut it down real low where you can't see. So at the end of the day, your mama, your daddies, bad English but good theology, you paying that phone bill, and anything I pay, I'm gonna control. And you ought to take the phone and randomly just go through it. Now I'm gonna talk to you guys only after dark, if y'all remind me. Okay? And the problem becomes this. We letting the cell phones and the tablets run our children, and then when we find some indifference, then we're going to blow up. No, it's your fault. You put the phone in their hand. You put the tablet in their hand. Mm-hmm. And you should have already had some parental controls on there. And now it's too late. And when a boy or girl done struck 13 years old, you can't tell them a damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you try to, you're wasting your time.
And these are the
And
same.
it's too late.
And these are
in
the same.
hour.
Same parents.
Now let's talk about these apps. Mama may have one on her phone just as a backup.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
Don't let me think. I ain't forgot about you daddies too. You old pimps.
Pimps.
Some of you married and ain't happy. And you need to go get a tune up. So you go on that little app and
it ain't working.
Tune up. Now
it ain't saluting Baker. I mean, that's what we telling the fellas is struggling to eat some.
We got to know what happened.
They gotta know what happened. They need to know what happened. Okay.
Listen, man, this is a dangerous work.
It is.
And I shared my thoughts in conversation with people and friends that really know me and understand me. Yes, thank God, really. My son and daughter. I don't talk about my children. But I ain't in no hurry to see no grandkids, and if any of them do show up, I'm questioning. I ain't looking for all of that. I'm not in that age of raising nobody else's children or children.
I hear that.
I'm far beyond that. Remember what I said, and I'm going to say it clear so everybody in the world will know, and on this show will know. Everything now, and it really has been this way, but I'm magnified it. Everything is me first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I went and rescued the dying, and I'm dying. I went and rescued the hurting, and I'm hurting. I went and patched up the bleeding, and I'm bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
You got to focus on your own self, or you'll wind up in a straitjacket.
Like that.
Latest tip me, and I had to send it to y'all. Circling on the social media, and it had a woman. It had a woman over in the nut house.
Not the nut house.
And she said, I knew the minute I met him, I was going to be in a white dress. She was in a straitjacket, white straitjacket. These women are running you crazy.
Yeah, they will.
If you
they're very emotional.
If you catch her in the wild, and the wild ain't out of her, the wild gonna kill you because it ain't in you, it's in her. And you ain't finna catch something in the wild.
All right, so with that said, let me add this since you're in the wild. So,
now, I'll take me a Holy Roller on Sunday and a freak through the week. If you
here you go. See, I knew he was gonna go there. He ain't got no sense. I'm gonna ask you this, and I'm gonna go to this quick article. All right,
she ain't got no panties on. She ain't got no panties on the dance floor.
Something wrong with Baker. All right, let me ask you this, Baker. All right, so how do you feel about the mother who sexually expose herself for cash on OnlyFans to support? What does that trauma do to a young kid, a young daughter? And let's say she sees that. How does she react, or possibly the damage is done to that daughter if she sees her mother does that?
She's gonna automatically think it's okay when it's not okay, because she's not brought up and taught right and wrong. That's what's going on now in the world. People want to make what's wrong look right and right look wrong, and then the kids are confused.
But they're saying like, oh, but it makes money though. It makes me a lot of money.
You can make money in other places in other ways. I mean, but I'm gonna let Baker go ahead and holler.
No. I'm of a different belief.
You different belief?
Go ahead.
Yeah, because the children today are wiser than their parents, and they know more. And some of them tell their parents and correct their parents.
Yeah, they definitely.
Mama, you coming home every night smelling different. No, I'm not talking that way. I'm talking about alcohol. And serious kids know.
Yep.
What is that, mommy? Good. And they learn that ain't that what I want to grow up to be. So you get mad when that child turns 19. and she just happened to have a baby. And now she don't want her baby around you.
Mm-hmm. You got a
You got
point.
to be very careful. You be very careful.
You got a point. You got a point on that.
Because the whoring you're doing ain't secret.
It's out there in the
You,
wilderness.
and we're not talking, listen, just the women. We're talking to women, we're talking to men and the children. And these kids nowadays have to deal with the trauma that their parents have been through. And now the parents are putting that trauma on them and trying to make them be something that they wasn't.
Exactly.
And we got to chill.
Exactly.
And we got to put this thing on automatic.
Exactly.
Because if you don't, it's already on self-destruct. Put it on, dial it back some.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll understand why they don't come and talk to you and why they're going to the dating app. Listen, some of you men out there and some of you women, go through your husband's phone. If he got a passcode on it, he ain't got no business with no code on it. He hiding something.
Hey.
If she taking that phone and putting it under that left titty at night,
Here you
and
go.
duct
Here you
taping
go,
it down,
Here you go.
Something wrong.
something wrong. The culture is different. And some of you old folks out there, y'all, the statistic, I didn't know that. I ain't got no Tinder, Kinder, nothing out on my phone. Titties or nothing.
Just
Only thing I got is what people say.
on that note, I'm gonna roll this quick because he about to act up and I can sense it.
Hey, Chris,
Mhm.
I sent you something to bring out the point in regards to the app, the result, and the possibility of kids using apps and you having predators and everything else that's going.
Yeah, that's that. And then we were talking about Texas. Way down here in the South is this right here, and people keep trying to ignore this. And I'm gonna play the video. 109 children rescued, 244 arrests in the operation. Shield exposing widespread child exploitation in North Texas. Let's go ahead and roll this clip a little bit, and then I want you to go ahead and speak on it.
Of alleged child sex offenders, but it also shows how widespread that crime is in North Texas. The Dallas FBI office, along with some of the 70 law enforcement agencies that all participated, announced the results of what they called Operation Soteria Shield. Here's our JD Miles.
These are the faces of the 244 men and women charged with exploiting children for the purpose of sex trafficking or pornography. It's the end of a month-long investigation by federal and local law enforcement of a crime that authorities say is a year-round problem.
The numbers of offenders arrested and the children rescued in this operation are stunning. It's stunning to hear them repeated here.
109 children were rescued by Operation Soteria Shield, which began in April.
During this operation, many of the children recognized or rescued were previously unidentified. They had never been reported missing. They had never had their abuse known to authorities.
The operation not only led to arrests and rescues, but also to the seizure of terabytes of child abuse sex material.
All right,
stop it. We can't let them run the muck, okay? If this is going to be a show, we don't want to marry these dumb people opinion. You see all them people, let me tell you something. I would roughly say that 90% of missing children and exploited children come from the mother or the father, the parent. Because ain't no 10-year-old climbing out the window at night. And we need to monitor the mama and the daddy and the stepdaddies. And women, quit letting all these men meet your children. Especially if you got, nowadays you got to be careful on both sides.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
And that's
not
why I
happening.
said
These statistics and these rules, and y'all listen to, I know y'all liberal, but you listen to these liberal talking people, but you won't tell the truth. All of men is some woman, ex-boyfriend, or some man, girlfriend who exploit them children. Because a real parent tucked their baby in at night.
And that's why I said what I said about the parents. It's the parents that are at fault. The parents
start
should be
investigating him.
That's why. And you have 109 missing children. And then you have an app. And you're allowing your child to be on this app.
Well, take the phone from him.
You know,
Now, where all these women y'all got, and they don't have no opinion?
even when
she's coming, and we have one.
even
I
when
guess.
when our kids,
What are your guests?
Yeah,
Man.
she's coming in now.
Where your guests at?
She's watching the show, Bacon.
Well, why she don't get on here and you get why she hiding behind the
Not
mic?
all of them have to be on the show. They just
well,
want
I'm just
spectator time.
I know you can get access to a bunch of these
but my thing is this.
like-minded women.
All right.
Instead of hearing our
regards
opinion,
to the
put them on the
kids.
stand. Let me handle it.
Parents, there are so many apps to put on your child's phone. A child should not have no cell phone when they're in elementary school. Come on.
See, this is a big one right here because we complain about what happens to the kids, but the parents, picking off on what you said, are giving them access to these platforms by providing them a phone and providing them uses of a phone in places where they're not supposed to, which is school and much more, which they try to battle all the time, but then complain when your child, Timmy, or whoever,
That's
in
why the
trouble.
education system sucks in the United States right now, and we're so behind compared to other countries because we're so. What the Baker said, wag the dog.
Here's why I'm against the new system that starts when school go back. Kids are not allowed to have phones. Now, the reason is, let me explain it to you so you all understand. Bible say, be swift to hear and slow to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all want to listen to all what these old liberals are saying on these shows and their opinion. Now, again, I have 2 kids that are grown now. So, at one time, and I was going to tell you after that, when I would say, no, you keep them with a cell phone and you keep them with a debit card so you can track them. Now listen to me. Today is a dangerous society. It's very demonic. And at any time, you got school teachers who go bad and ragged. Just don't soon forget that in North Houston, in not A-Leaf, what's the A-Leaf, North Shore, what's the Northwest? Come on, help me, Chris.
Northwest, Humble.
No. Chris, name some other school. Right there, North 19, Klein School District.
Yeah, you're right.
Had a lady that was, and her son, was hustling kids. Do y'all remember that? So what I say to people, and I just got through saying this before the show, learn, nothing goes cold turkey. You can't even stop drinking that vodka. Cold turkey. You got to have it now. So you can't quit. You can't quit nothing carte blanche. But what you have to learn to do is you got to do some better management in your life. Manage things, manage people, manage the kids. If you cut and take the cell phone completely away from them, then they're going to find a way to get into something else.
Well, the thing
now they're going to start coming out the windows and stuff. That's when that's going to happen. So what you do is, if the kid is a certain age, you ought to make sure that they can do 2 things. Make a call in and make a call out.
But the thing about it, Baker, I agree. I don't disagree.
It's proper management.
But the problem is this. Parents want to be friends. Parents don't want accountability. Parents want everyone else to raise their kids, but complain about everyone else that's raising their kids that they want for them to raise their kids.
Doing a job.
And it is so chaotic in that mentality that no one really sees and comprehends that. And I agree with you saying, but I believe that is the core problem that's taking place.
It was like Baker in an agreement on that one. Anything else to add to that?
No, I mean, and
yeah, I have. Give me one of them apps. Tell me where I can go find me one of them dating apps.
Just go to your
I
app
don't
store.
know.
Well, Chris, which one you use, Chris?
Let's see, here you go with that.
I don't know. Well, which one you use, Chris? You know, because you smile too much a lot. So you know.
Which one you
Too
use?
much. What that have anything to do with
I
that?
don't know, because you know they've been doing some raids in certain places. You know, with the massage therapy. You know,
Oh, here you
massage
go.
folks,
See,
you know.
you gotta watch. See, Jasim, you ain't got no sense with this. See, I knew you was gonna go there.
Well, I'm of the persuasion. I respect. Listen, I respect myself. And if you don't have self-conviction about certain things, then you won't do certain things. You get what I'm trying to say?
Oh, here we go. We got one.
So I would never go into
Here's
a
one,
massage
Baker.
What?
Here's one, Baker. I haven't heard of this one. Helicopter, I guess. I was a friend was my girls, but there was always a line. I guess that's one of them.
I can't understand the English.
I guess the helicopter is like an app or dating app. I think.
Well, yeah, but I'm trying to see this little small print or whatever.
Put your glasses on. Good thing.
Well, I got the others on. That English, I don't even understand it. It's damaging me. What is she saying? Interpret it in English.
Let me help you out. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Meanwhile, while I look this up, Jasim, you sent me a thing. Yeah. Now you see it.
You know, somebody that hover over their parents or their kids.
Yeah. Okay. That's just okay.
But yeah, have this right here that you sent me, Jasim, to pretty much showcase what you can do to watch over your kids. Let me share the screen.
Right, because guess what? I use that app myself called Mama Bear with my kids. My kids.
It's called what?
It's called Mama Bear app.
What is that for?
And that I put on there.
Listen.
I put that on their phones because they didn't get their phones till they got in high school. And so that was for me to track their location, what website they were getting on, and it would ding and let me know how long they were on it and things of that nature.
There you go.
Josh, let me ask you a question. Now you just gave out information
that's
to
the
the
game
predators.
changer.
To the predators. Now they gonna get on there and track. I don't trust nothing like that.
Well, the thing about it you can't just download it and track. That's what I like about it.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's not like that. You actually.
Well, why is it called Mama Bear? Why not Papa Bear?
Ah, shit! I knew he was.
Well, you know, everything is always geared more towards the mothers than it is.
I don't know where you get that one from. That's the problem. Y'all done turn over the power.
Oh God!
It ain't always the woman. They tired of us saying that. They tired of us killing the prey and bringing it home. They tired of.
They've been saying they tired for years. They ain't changed.
Yeah.
Now we're starting to say it. All right. Just pretty much respect everybody's time and much more. Like before we close out this show, we'll start with you, Justin. What is one point that you want to stand out that the audience need to understand? Because I know this is a very issue that's happening in the past and right now as well.
Understand, a child is an asset, not a liability. And as an asset, you're going to always take care of your asset. And you're going to invest into it, and you're always going to expect a dividend. But if you don't treat your children as an asset and only look at them as a liability, you're not going to get any return on it if you look at it in that way, people that like money. But also at the same time, people need to realize kids are precious. They didn't ask to be here.
Right.
You chose to create that child, whether it was planned or unplanned. So
accountability.
Step up, take the accountability. Step up, be the parent. Step up and humble yourself and stop being so selfish and thinking of yourself. Step up and stop running around here, as Baker would say, running amok. You too old. You too brittle. Your bones ain't brittle. What it used to be.
What brittle?
And say one time, you're getting bad knees now. So
don't give him ammo. Don't give him ammo. You know Baker gonna use that.
I use it all the time. When they're in their 40s, them knees gone.
So the point is, take care of them.
You don't get on their knees. They don't even get on their knees to pray. They knees so bad they can't bow to the Lord.
Because eventually those kids, you're going to need those kids when you come to realization You need them more than they need you. When you get in age, when you realize you're lonely and you make bad decisions and all of that, you're gonna need them more than they'll need you. So you're only thing you're doing is you planting seeds of bitterness for the future.
All right, Baker, what do you want the audience to know to stand out before we close everything up?
Well, Josh Hayden said it so well, and I'll piggyback off that with a 10-second or less. He said, use the word assets. When you get my age, I understand. Because I and this is how I see it. Where you gonna put all that asset at?
See, Baker, this is what I'm talking about. You ain't got no damn sense. I'm about to end this damn show pretty soon right now because Baker about to go into a whole nother scene. You know what the hell he's doing. All right, man, let's go ahead because Baker about to act the whole damn fool.
Man.
All right, just say where can they?
Funny. I don't know.
Yeah, it's to be expected. But real quick, where can they find you at Jasim?
Well, you can find me at In the Trenches Podcast. It once was every Friday at 7 p.m., but now we are going to be doing it every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on our YouTube channel live, but you can also catch us live also on Rumble as well, and Facebook and Twitch. So make sure you check us out, but most importantly, support our website, In the Trenches, and you can see how it's spelled on the screen, INTHA Trenches Podcast, with the hottest merchandise, especially the Baker collection.
No, he said his things. Oh man! Speaking of Baker, I'm gonna have to ask that question. Where can they find you at?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Digging in my business.
Oh Lord, we're gonna do it. All right, man, this has been another episode of A Slice of Love where we hit the controversial topics and much more. You laugh, cried, probably got a little mad, but we're hitting you with straight facts and things that you need to hear. Make sure you like, subscribe, keep things going in the comments because we grow with your participation and engagement. So until next time, peace.
Blessings. Stay on, guys.
Appreciate this, and we'll catch you on the next time, y'all.